Yan! Oy! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
We just finished taping for ANC's On The Money, so expect an episode to come out in the next few weeks.
I think before New Year.
Okay, so this interview is with Randell Tiongson about what's probably his insights for 2018 on where you as an investor should invest. So, Mr. Tiongson, yes! Special to, no? Kasi idol ko talaga siya ever since. Very, someone worth listening to. If there's someone that you would want to listen to in finance, in investing, in principles in general, he's the guy. Very, very person worth listening to. So,
una-una alam niya naman, bolero yan.
So, 2018, what's the prevailing trend? What's the prevailing
Well,
trend?
I think more of what we have, again, what I say is, what is really important is the sustainability. No? We're trying to avoid the peaks and valleys. No? So I think what we're going to experience, the economy will continue to grow, it's going to be strong, more consistent, more sustainable growth that we're seeing that. And of course, there are a few things that will pick up. Kasi by next year, we're going to expect the tax reform to be in effect. The infrastructure constructions are coming in. Those things will be catalyst for more growth. But even without that, the growth is pretty good. So if you're gonna be investing, so take a look at equities, the index, something to take a look at. And even the property is a good idea.
But for people who are starting now, so just to add context to what it is now, the market is higher. More expensive. For people who are just starting, people who probably have money from their bonuses, what should they do? Where should they actually start investing already next year?
I think number one, you have to identify first your objectives. Why are you investing? Second, also before you do that, okay ba? I mean, are you saving properly? Do you have an emergency funds? Are you insured? Those things are important before you actually jump into investing. So if you've not done that yet, you want to be able to make sure that that's thing there. O baka may utang pa.
Okay.
So at least it's better to pay your debt first and before you actually start to invest. But if you're already ready, I mean, you have extra money, you have savings, you have emergency funds, that's a great time to start investing. Even if the market is up. You know why?
Bakit? Oh, interesting.
Because the market is up because there's something happening in the market today, economy. I mean, it's valid high because people are bullish on what's going to happen. And secondly, when you actually need the investment is not really for the short term. Investing is really for the long term. If you're investing today, but you're preparing for education for your kids in 10, 12 years, and then it doesn't matter what the price is today, or retirement, or stuff like that. So you have to be careful. You just have to understand why you're investing.
If you're in debt this Christmas, ilang % of your bonus should go to debt repayment?
In a perfect world, dapat lahat.
Okay.
But syempre, you have expenses, the difference, I'm a father and I'm a family man, and I know that the
father of many nations.
Abraham yun.
Okay.
So those things, so you want to be able to allocate just enough for the family to celebrate. But you can maximize your debt repayment. Kasi, if I borrow money and next year babayaran ko yan, so that's gonna affect my income next year. So might as well ensure that I'll have better income next year by starting to pay for debts today.
Okay, no more debts, but no savings. How much should you put for savings?
3 to 6 months of your monthly spending. So if you're spending 1,000 a month, 20,000 a month, dapat may 50,000, 60,000 ka at least before you start investing.
So do you suggest
or sabay, pwedeng sabay, but dahan-dahan lang.
Do you suggest the entire 13-month and bonus goes straight to savings this year?
Again, in a perfect world, yes. But if you really have to pay for a few things, allocate maybe 20, 30, 40, 50% of that. I mean, not everybody's as disciplined as this guy.
No.
Si Marvin, high school pa lang, financial planner na.
No. So,
he has not touched his first pay up to now.
Grabe. So,
first pay.
So, interesting. So, you save your bonuses if you can put more, even better. Very, very interesting.
Saving is always about the more, the better. It's always like that.
Okay, from your book, you have a ladder already.
Yeah.
Should they prioritize, for example, insurance or putting money in an emergency fund first?
That's kind of tricky, no? Ideally, emergency funds first. But also, there's also that timeliness, no? If something happens, like say I'm a father, if something happens to me, kawawa naman yung mga anak ko. So, you might want to do it, if you can do it at the same time, that's a good idea. That's something you can do. So, you want to be able to prioritize both of them, if you can do it at the same time, or one or the other. So in my book kasi una emergency funds, but I also understand the the importance, the urgency of being insured. So it's good if you can do it at the same time.
So, but if you have 30,000 pesos in your bank account, for example, they want to get a 1 million peso insurance worth 20,000 pesos. Should they opt to use that 20,000 part of their 30,000 savings to buy a 1-year insurance? Assuming that it's a VUL or
depends on your cash flow. I mean, if you can accommodate cash flow and money coming in, then maybe you can
But yeah,
do it.
kunyari, money's coming in, it's just really...
maybe
But the problem lang, that's their only savings as of that point in time. But they have a normal, stable job, they just really...
If money is a problem, money is a concern, then maybe you might want to opt for something cheaper like a term insurance first.
Okay.
So that's also a viable option. Kasi term insurance will cost a quarter of the regular, the VULs. And if money is a problem, then you might want to be able to do that first. At least you're covered.
Or would you advise that they just get a quarterly plan
Or
instead?
something also.
Para
Something also
5,000
like-
lang?
Yes.
Is that better?
That's one way. I'd probably say term muna.
Okay.
And then, try to improve on better kinds of programs later on. Assuming that budget's a concern.
So next year it will be very, very interesting because you mentioned about the train bill. We have an investment rating upgrade. Then the GDP is very, very good and better than expected. What are the bright spots that people can look forward for? If they're starting to invest for the first time, what should they look out?
The infra spending will gonna be a strong catalyst. You remember our economy is growing because of high consumption. But lately, agri has gone up, manufacturing has gone up, and the public spending is expected to really increase. So that's going to be driving the economy further. Now, having said that, you have to understand which ones will actually grow. Not everything will grow. So you want to be able to invest in something that will grow. That's why it's always a good idea to go, basically anything in the index. If you invest in the index in itself, it's going to grow. But you can also, like you follow Marvin, you want to identify certain stocks that are going to be good. It's not going to be automatic like what happened to cement, no? But it's going to be something that's going to happen over time.
Okay. There's a good question from Janet T. Reyes. Sabi niya, Sir, yung emergency fund po ba pwedeng invest sa UITF kasi liquid naman siya?
No. Kasi liquid siya pero yung marketability siya pwede siya liquid. Kasi pwede pag binenta mo siya, mababa siya. So malulugi ka.
Okay.
Unless it's a UITF na money market, then I'd say yes. But generally speaking, if it's anything that's equity-based, don't use your emergency funds for anything that has equities in it.
Okay.
Kahit stocks, di ba? Pwede mo naman ibenta, pakamulugi.
So, the stock market kasi is very, very liquid. However, volatile also. At the time na you might need the money, kahit pwede mo siya mabenta quickly, baka it might not be in a favorable condition for you.
Technically marketable siya, di siya liquid kasi nga yung valuations. Eco negative 20, din na.
Di down pa rin. Ano ka na? Long-term investor ka. Long-term investor ka na. Tips for people this Christmas. So since I hope that your bonuses and 13-month pay are still intact.
Baka yung bonus nila, alaala na lang.
Sana hindi.
Isa na siyang alaala. Isa na siyang bakas ng kahapon.
Baka hindi na, baka wala na rin siya, hindi na mabalikan. Pero what would you recommend to them right now na we're nearing Christmas? How should they go about their holiday spending?
Get out of debt. If you have money to do that, do. 2, build a bit of savings. It's important, no? 3, if there's a need, say you're married, you have children, maybe take a look at insurance. 4, begin investing. You can start with a small amount. You can buy a mutual fund or UITF, that's equity or index-based, 5,000, or some are offering na 1,000 a month. You want to be able to start on that. Then later on, you want to be able to follow Marvin, select some stocks that you wanna buy and you want to trade, and it's all start from there. You take baby steps. Christmas is always, it's a great time because it's a year end. You want to be able to, anong balikan mo, ano gagawin ko, ano priorities for next year, and you start working on that. Don't come up with talagang sobrang lalaking objectives because it's going to overwhelm you. Start with small things, and then you build it up from there.
Okay, this one. For people who don't have money this Christmas, should they be sad? Or how could they go about it kung wala talagang pera?
Then there's always next year, there's always next month. You just have to be wiser with how you handle money. Assuming, if you have a problem with income, then ano ba dapat mo gawin para magkaroon ka ng income or mag-improve ang income mo? It's not just pagtitipid. It's also about how you actually earn. So what can you do to earn better? So you have to focus on those things. Christmas, it is Christmas today, but it's Christmas tomorrow. Christ was born not na mayaman. They were poor, and yet there's a reason why we're celebrating Christmas.
Okay, what's the real reason for you for Christmas?
And to really celebrate the birth of Christ talaga. I mean, that's more than anything else. We've commercialized it so much, but because God became man and was born, I mean, traditionally, not really on that day. Because of that, we're now in freedom. And for me, that's all the wealth you need, So it's important not to lose sight on what Christmas is all about. It's really about Christ.
One more question that's sent, then we'll wrap this up. Tanong ni Jason or Delsa, do you advise HMO to people?
Of course.
Okay.
Siyempre, di ba, nagkakasakit din naman tayo. It's an issue of affordability. Again, babalikin lahat sa cash flow mo. Kaya nga, manage your money well, because maraming bagay na kailangan to preparean Education, retirement, HMO, insurance, all of these things are important, and they all require money. That's why manage your money well so that you can have a more secured life.
Lastly, we have Investors Insights this January 2018.
It's our first salvo. I mean, Marvin and I seldom that we're together, maybe once, twice a year. But this time, it's the first time we're doing it this early, So please come in.
But what can they expect? So we're still open for registration and for those who want to attend. But what can they get? What's the benefit of this? What makes this different from ICON, from RFP, from AFP, or from the other programs? That
number one, you have Marvin. I mean, that alone is enough. I think number one, because it's just the two of us. Normally, kulang tayo sa oras, we can spend, we can interact with people. This time, since it's just the two of us, we can have a more vibrant Q&A, and we can spend more time emphasizing what we need to teach. I'm going to talk to you about what's going on, the trends, the markets going on, the economy, and so forth and so on, and establishing a workable investment strategy. And of course, Marvin will do all the nosebleed stuff.
Yeah, but really, the heart of that also is sayang when you start the year, don't start your year spending money, but try to find actionable items on when you can or where you can invest, and that's what we will talk about. That's what we will teach you on January.
And the next time they will see us together, ICON now, which is mid-year.
Sa Manitok, sa Dubai pa, March.
Oh, yun pa pala, sorry.
March.
Marami pala.
Nakalimutan.
I love working with this guy.
So there, but for Metro Manila, this is a very, very relatively small event that at least you can ask more questions.
Kasi we have a limit of people who can attend, right?
Yeah, because unlike ICON, you have a large amount of people there. For those who are interested, people are asking already about the link. We'll send the link after this video. It will be commented below, so you can join us as well for the seminar. So
see you January.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. We're here at ABS-CBN for ANC on the Money. So
and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope that you guys have a very, very fruitful and prosperous New Year ahead.
Okay.
So thank you so much, everyone. Hello. Christmas message.
Merry Christmas!
Sa mga taga-kapamilya?
Yeah. Merry Christmas, kapamilya!
Yeah. Ano pa? Masaya ba yung Pasko natin ngayon?
Of course.
Love life? Intact?
Just love!
Just love yun? No, okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So, that's it for now. We just finished taping for On The Money. Thank you so much I hope you guys learned a lot from what me and Randell talked about and what he also shared. More of that in Investor Insights this January 2018. So very, very interesting. By the way, this is Randell's assistant, Mike. Mike, single or not single?
Single.
Single. Ready to have a love life?
Bata pa yan.
Bata pa. Okay. So that's it. Tomorrow we'll have Stock Smarts. Manila. Final episode for the year. Top 10 stocks for 2018. So I'm excited. To those who registered, looking forward to see you.
Get my
God bless
coffee.
you. Oh, coffee, best coffee ever, Australia. So God bless. Have a great day ahead. And last one, Lana.
Bye. See you.
Bye-bye. See you.